Record 40, Side 1, Lesson number 40, the 40th lesson, Practical section, Inns, Hotels and Public Houses.
Good morning, Joe. Had breakfast?
Yes, thanks. Never miss a meal on holiday, and breakfast is about the best of the day.
Isn't Mary coming down?
She seemed almost ready half an hour ago, but then I'm no judge.
Morning, Peter. Isn't it a marvellous day?
Yes, it's ideal for a run in the car. Where can we go from here?
Well, I don't mind doing without a bathe for one day, if there's something more interesting on the programme. Wonder if there are any quaint pubs or inns around here, which offer a good pint of beer and a wholesome lunch to go with it.
That's not a bad idea for lunch. The old man does pick up some useful notions on the way, doesn't he?
I can't be ruffled. I'm on holiday, and intend to give my nerves a much-needed rest.
It's early in the day to start drinking beer, but I'd like to learn something of the pubs and inns in the district.
Joe will probably have studied the history of the place, though he pretends ignorance.
Shall I begin at the beginning?
Yes, we can't wait to hear what you have to say.
About 100 yards along the road, there's a nice little place called the Cloak and Dagger, and I'm told their lunches are a treat.
But that's too near, Joe. We want to go somewhere in the car. Don't you know of a place in the country? In one of the many villages around here?
There are plenty of inns, but few hotels.
Hotels may be very convenient and offer all the services one may require, and as much luxury as one is prepared to pay for. But let's rough it a bit.
Country inns or country pubs are usually quite modern today, but they have retained the styles and something of the atmosphere of the village club.
The cosy, homely atmosphere of most country inns is something you can't get so easily in the town. But life in the town is also considerably different from country life.
Are there any with strange-sounding names or combination names? English pubs have an uncanny habit of using two names, like the Crown and Anchor, the Pig and Whistle, the Fox and Hounds, the George and Dragon, and many others.
Here, at the seaside, I've noticed the Sailor's Rest, the Anchor, and the Trawler's Arms, presumably because this is a fishing village as well as a holiday resort.
The market town, about 20 miles inland, should offer a variety of inns and pubs, such as will satisfy your desire for curious names, old-fashioned interiors, and good homely food and drink.
Well, I suggest we try it. We can leave about 11 o'clock, so we shall have nearly an hour to look around and choose our pub.
Sometimes one eats better in an inn than in a pub. After all, an inn takes in people for board and lodging, but a pub is usually only suitable for the local inhabitant or the traveller who wants a drink, or at most a snack.
I've been in some pubs where the food has been excellent, Mary. There's no hard and fast rule. The local, as most country people call the pub, is also the club, the place where villagers gather and discuss their affairs and other people's too.
There's very often a good game of darts to be had in the evening. I've never been good enough, or, to be quite honest, enthusiastic enough to play the game seriously.
But I've seen them play matches. One pub sends its best team to the next town, and they play against one of the pubs there. They sometimes have a league, just like football clubs.
It looks as if the inn might be the best place to eat. Then we can visit one or two of the characteristic pubs. It being a market town, there is almost certain to be a black bull, the plough, the brown cow, the white horse, or names of a like nature.
That seems to be a reasonable program, then. No hotels for today, at least not after we leave here.
Hotels are not very romantic, and very often, from necessity, have a tendency to be more businesslike. We are not particularly interested in comfort today. Let's take what we can get and hope to enjoy ourselves.
A nice cool pint of mild and bitter is very inviting in convivial surroundings, and I'm looking forward to enjoying one after lunch today. Whether it be in the Horse and Dragon or the Red Lion, it's all one to me.
Side 2. Grammatical section. Uses of the definite article. 1. The definite article in English is not simple to use correctly. It is small consolation, however, to the serious student to be told that the correct use is very rarely attained by the foreigner. In this lesson, an effort is going to be made to clear the way as far as possible. But the student must study this word in speech and literature in order to confirm the exception as well as the rule. The. This word is primarily a warning. It advises the reader or listener that the noun following it is in some way limited either in number, space, or time. It is a determinative adjective, and it therefore never precedes another determinative, such as the possessives: some, any, no, none, every, either, neither, this, that, these, and those. The definite article is used A. when followed by a determining clause or prepositional phrase. When the noun is pure abstract, this clause or phrase must be expressed, but may be omitted in other cases, provided the hearer or reader understands the reference. The punishment which was meted out to the criminals was too severe. The birth of a son and heir was greeted with great rejoicing. We live beside a stream. There is a wood on the other side of the stream. It was I who did it, and I want the credit. Liberty is a precious heritage. The liberty that is gained through justice is more precious than gold. The dog was killed by a car. The oil hasn't come yet. However, when an abstract noun is followed by an infinitive, it is usual to omit the article. Liberty to think is conceded to every man. Freedom of speech is not. Notice freedom of speech without the article. When an unemphasized abstract noun is followed by a preposition and another undefined abstract noun, the article is necessary. The vagueness of his ideas makes it difficult to consider him for the post. The tenderness of mother love is a beautiful thing. Keeping in mind these rules, let us now look at some words which do not take the article. A. The names of countries, unless plural, followed by a prepositional phrase or containing the word republic or state. Germany, France, Italy, Russia, England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. But the United States of America, the Netherlands, the Republic of Panama, the Italian Republic. B. Islands, lakes, mountains, cities, except as groups. Sicily, Greenland, Malta, Britain, Ireland, Jamaica, Lake Geneva, Lake Como, Lake Windermere, Loch Lomond, Ben Nevis, Mont Blanc, Mount Everest, London, Paris, Rome, Bonn, Moscow. But the British Isles, the Philippines, the Great Lakes, the Alps, the Himalayas, the Five Towns, the Cinque Ports. The Hague is an exception. C. Proper names of persons, except when referring to a family, the head of a clan, or to distinguish the person from all others of the same name. The Smiths came to see us on Sunday. The MacDonald is the name by which the chief of that Scottish clan is known. The Mr. Jones who came yesterday is asking to speak to you. Thompson the artist is holding an exhibition of his pictures next week. That's Williamson, the surgeon. However, the definite article is used before 1. The names of rivers, seas, oceans, bays, unless placed after the name. Table Bay, Galway Bay, Weems Bay, gulfs, and estuaries. The Thames, the Seine, the Mississippi, the North Sea, the Mediterranean, the Pacific Ocean, the Bay of Biscay, the Bay of Wales, the Gulf of Finland, the Firth of Clyde, the Po Delta. 2. The names of ships, hotels, theatres, clubs, and newspapers. The Queen Elizabeth, the Ritz, the Theatre Royal, the Piccadilly Club, the Observer. 3. A title, or name of a thing when it is the only one of its kind. The Lord Mayor is an important person. The sun was shining brightly. Which of you is the captain? The Queen of England. But when the title is followed immediately by the name, the definite article is not used, except with Reverend and some foreign titles. King George VI of Great Britain, Lord Bitterwater, the Reverend Mr. Jones, the Archduke Charles. 4. Adjectives used as nouns in a general sense. The poor, the unhappy, the good. 5. Next and last, when these mean the following or final number or period in a series. We spent a month in England. The first week was very interesting and passed very quickly. The next was rather cold, but the last 2 weeks were delightful, and we travelled about in the car a good deal.